Good day, mate.
How you doing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, uh,
Hello.
I have a story for you. Uh,
How is your trip?
yeah, just wait. Yeah, welcome back to On the Mat, mate. It's, we had good, haven't we, mate? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a real. Uh,
Well,
Riley.
mm.
I just got back from Australia. Welcome back to On the Mat, guys. My name is Jonathan, and behind the camera is Tui. Uh, I moved my. I don't like the wording I use these days. I need to figure out a better way to say it. We moved, me, my family and I moved to Fiji in 2020. And the reason that we moved to Fiji was because of all of this empty land that you see behind us. And so we wanted to be part of inspiring people that to do something with the land. So we made an attempt. We planted a bunch of sandalwood, proceeded to get very promptly wiped out by a cyclone, and yeah, just saw that we needed to do a few different things so that we didn't do the same thing again. And that's led us into, we were documenting our journey before that, um, but we had a couple business ideas. Now we have a cafe, and that's actually a beautiful business that's like the most beautiful business that makes us no money. And so don't listen to me when it comes to business advice. But because we have because we didn't overcommit and we're not overspending, we have the ability to keep that business open and just have it there for the community and for the women that work there. And it's in a way better position now than it was 12 months ago. And that is due to your guys' support. And so on top of the coffee shop, our focus of the coffee shop is just to serve a decent cup of coffee. You can find better coffee in the world, people. All right? You can find better coffee. But it's the best coffee this side of Vitilevu. We'll say that with confidence, hands down. And to create an experience that's beyond the transaction. So we're just honored when you guys come in to support our coffee shop. And it's in the small town of Sanganga. That's where we live. And Archie and Va, who work there, are just the best. And so thank you guys for the support that you've given to the coffee shop. And there's some really exciting things that are coming for the coffee shop in ways that we're going to support the community. I think, and I don't mean to like prophesy, or I don't have that kind of a word, but there's a church coming one day. There's a church coming one day, and I think that fresh tea and coffee will birth that movement, and because it is a place where we feel like the things that we talk about on social media can actually be applied, and so we are currently in the process of working on funding, trying to find funding to be able to host a weekly men's and or a monthly to start off monthly. I'm sure it'll turn into weekly. Monthly men's and women's breakfasts, just to point people towards Jesus. Not to preach at them, not to. If you don't give your life to Jesus, you're going to hell. It's not going to be any of that kind of stuff. It's just going to be a breakfast so that we can show people that we care for them and sit down with people and have a conversation with them, and then everybody can go to work. And it doesn't have to be too long, and nobody's going to get a sermon crammed down their throat. You're just going to enjoy probably what it's going to be is a nice egg and cheese panini sandwich with a side of hash browns and a nice tea. That's probably what the free breakfast is going to be. Something like that. So, working on that, that's going to be exciting. And I suspect something very cool is going to, I have a feeling something very cool is going to be birthed from that ministry. And for those of you who don't know, we're Christians. If it's not very obvious already, Christians, not by religion, but by relationship, because we value what Jesus did on the cross, and it's the best thing that ever happened, and so I want to share it with everybody. And if you don't accept it, it's all good, baby. You'll find out and you'll figure it out in your own time. Other than that, we have a media company because we already do the social media stuff, and we have many, many, many thousands of dollars of this camera gear. And we obviously know how to tell a story because of what you guys see. And obviously you found this video and you're still watching on social media. So one of our passions has become helping other businesses to tell their story. And look, there's lots of people who can hold a nice camera and have much more expensive. This is a old Panasonic GH5. This is one of our cameras that we keep in our arsenal. We use it all the time. Why do we use this? Because it has a beautiful look, and the in-camera stabilization is unreal, especially when you pair it up with one of the native lenses. So you don't have to have the top-of-the-line gear to make really, really good stories. If you guys hold the phone, you could do the same. And so our passion is just like helping people connect a story to their product or service or their initiative if you're an NGO or a charity. And so that's what we do with Waka Media in Fiji. And yeah, those are our businesses at the moment. I just got back from Australia. Went to Melbourne for the week and had some meetings with some very, very cool people. I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, we have such exciting things coming. But there is. There's exciting things coming and more details to come. Exciting in the way that, and I know Tui and all of his family and all of my family can be excited about this in ways that maybe you guys don't even know, but what we're talking about will change Level forever. And the fact that we get the opportunity to be a part of this, I mean, we've positioned each of us. I mean, Tui has lived with us. We have positioned ourselves in Fiji. Yes, we have put ourselves in the position to be lucky. You know, people always say, create your own luck. Well, we might be lucky or we might have created our own luck. We don't know. But we're in a position to be part of one of the most exciting things that will ever happen in Level. And I don't say that lightly. It's the type of thing that I don't actually think I will see the end of. And if my kids choose to be involved in it, then they might see it through to completion. But it's a kind of project that lasts a lifetime. And so that's what I was in Melbourne for, everybody. Excited to talk more about that. And it has a big significance for Level. Especially for my meows out there.
Meows.
Yeah. Especially for the meows.
Yeah.
But
What's your favorite thing about the trip?
so the business that I went to visit, everybody was really young. It's a business that does hundreds of millions of dollars in sales a year. And the average age of head office would have been 26, probably. Average age. Oh, there's a couple older people. Okay, the average age of head office might have been 28. Definitely sub 30, which is crazy. And so, and dominated by females. Absolutely dominated. Like I'm talking like 10 to 1 female to male ratio. So, like obviously, like I said, we have girls who work at the coffee shop. Me and Stephanie employ only women in Canada, so I'm a big proponent for, employing women where you can and giving them safe spaces to work and empowering them. I don't do that because I'm some activist or some beta male who wants to, flex and claim that I'm, the Jesus of the feminine movement. It's not that. It's just because, I think women do a great job in general, and usually more often than men. So, yeah, it's just from a practical viewpoint. I'm not a great guy. We just employ women, and this business was very, very. That was the coolest part, was seeing all the young people that were just so stoked to be there on the job, and they're also stoked to be there on the job because they were so inspired by their leader, and nobody had any. Everybody's there a large part because of the person who is in charge, and yeah, I mean, I desire to be a person like that. I don't desire to be him because nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes and the struggles that people go through. You can look at somebody and be like, "Oh, you have lots of money. Must be nice to be you." You have no idea what people go through. Each one of us is the protagonist and the center of our own stories, and so it's very easy for us to look at somebody who has money and be like, "Oh, it must be nice." Like I said in the podcast that I did with Serenity on the mat that we did last week, we all lose more than we win. It's just like the people who get, successful in business, they just get comfortable with that, and they actually just learn from their losses. And so, like, when somebody gives you, like, if you're in a position where you don't own your own business and you're just working, and somebody gives you constructive feedback or like constructive criticism or just criticizes you, you need to be able to reframe that so that it's like, okay, I know what that person wants, I know what my boss wants, and I will just, what do I want to do? Do I want to make more money? Okay, I will make my boss happy. Even though that might be a hard pill to swallow, successful employees and people do that kind of stuff. And because life just sucks most of the time. And so if you can just get used to that and embrace it, I think you're way ahead of most people. I think most of us expect life to be easy. And then we're just disappointed most of the time because life is actually hard. And so if we were actually to just expect life to be hard and not that fun most of the time, then we'd be satisfied. And then in the good times, we'd be elated and over the moon. And I think that just a lot of us have this like weird expectation that like, oh, work and life should be fun. It's like, no, actually, a lot of the time it's not. Like, I have enjoyed a lot of the last month because like my kids, I have two kids, Elika and Seba, who are 6 and 8. Most of you will know that, some of you won't. And my wife are back in Canada. And we've had to take care of some business with our residential and commercial cleaning company. And so that's where my wife is. And my kids are with her sister, with their auntie. And so I haven't been having a lot of fun the last month just because, like, I don't enjoy not being... I didn't get married to not be with my wife or become a father to not be with my kids. But, like, you just make the most of it and crush work, and it is what it is. And, like, when the kids come, then I don't have all this quiet time in the morning. And when my wife's here, like, it's like, oh my God.
Sí. Iya, ikaw nga. Iya.
Hi, Lily. Awesome. Looks like I am going to Canada tomorrow. Next week.
Next week?
Yeah. Thank goodness for travel agents. Not next week. Monday. The other Monday. The other Monday. So,
Pulo pela. Bulare.
Pella.
Pella
Balikau. Seven Balikau. The first wooden house.
First wooden house.
In Sangani.
Sangani.
So, welcome, Pella. I am about to bring home many kilograms of freshly harvested yongwana. So if you want, Luma's your guy.
Are you taking it to... What you choose code?
Beta.
Beta.
Yeah. Beta has placed an order, and so that's where it's going.
Corey sent me a video this week.
Oh.
Of Pella receiving his badge.
Oh yeah.
The video is
Yeah. And I think I got a lot of views.
Yeah, because the one that we shared was he was talking with someone, another guy.
Yeah.
Fijian guy. Joking.
It wasn't really. It might have been Beta.
Not
Really. It wasn't really Luma.
I don't know. Was it Luma and Pella? Will was there?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I watched the proper video of the academy, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh cool. It just came out.
Yeah. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I'll send you the link.
We'll share it.
Yeah.
Eh? Can we?
Mm.
Okay, we'll reshare it.
Coming to Butchills? Are you coming there?
Yes, I think so. Well, I will. No, I will be. I'm coming to see Grandma. So, for those of you who don't know, my mom is Canadian and my father is Fijian. Yes, he's pure blood Fijian. It's okay. Lots of people ask, "Oh, is he European? Like, is he Kailoma?" It's like, I don't know. No, he's not. He's from Sengaga, and from this one of the biggest villages in all of Fiji,
Yeah.
Nanivunda,
Yeah.
and that is the Nanivunda Mai.
Namalibu Tigers.
Yo, really. Training behind us for the TENS tournament coming up in Korul.
Oh yeah.
They actually have a coach training them.
Koroi is playing too.
Kuroi's going to be playing. They have a coach training them who has his IRB coaching certification, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Guys, what is on the mat? Why are you guys like, what the heck goes on in these sessions? It's just where I hang out with you guys, and the live portion of it allows you guys to interact with me. So Pella being able to be like, hey, Bulakai, or whatever he said, I assume something like that, is like, hey, I know Pella's in the chat, and we talk about Pella. So if you're in the chat and you're watching this live, message us something to talk about. Something that sparked your curiosity. Because then we can interact with you. And that's why we do the lives. Otherwise, we just post. Because it's easier to post. And I don't have to sit here for an hour. But I enjoy this if you guys interact with me. All right? So. Thank you. Okay, I asked, right when we started, I asked ChatGPT to write me an Australian story. Should I read this?
Yeah.
Are you guys in for 3 minutes? Okay. The red dust promise. The red dust. Okay. The sun hung low over the outback, casting long shadows across the endless red earth. Jack Lawson wiped the sweat from his brow, adjusting his Akubra hat as he leaned against the old Land Cruiser. His cattle station, Lawson Downs, had been in the family for 3 generations. But this drought was the worst he'd ever seen. His father, old Tom Lawson, sat on the veranda of their weathered homestead, rolling a cigarette with his hands, rough as the land. The land's been here longer than us, son. Sorry. Yeah, the land's been here longer than us, son, he said. It'll find a way to survive. Question is, will we? Jack sighed, glancing at the dried-up riverbed that once cut through their property like a lifeline. He had put everything into keeping the station afloat. Sold half the herd, installed new water tanks, even took out a loan. If the rains didn't come soon, there wouldn't be much left to save. One evening, as the sky turned to fire and gold, Jack spotted a cloud of dust rising on the horizon. A ute. That means a truck. It's not a uterus, it's a truck. A truck rumbled down the dirt track, pulling up in front of the house. A woman stepped out. Tall, sunburnt, with a confident stride. Jack Lawson, she asked, pushing her hat back. Name's Mia Thompson. I'm with the university research team up in Alice. We're tracking down underground water reserves. Thought you might be interested. Jack crossed his arms. Don't suppose you're here to tell me there's a river under my boots? Okay, that got really Texas right there. Mia grinned. Something like that, ye. She pulled out a tablet and showed him a map. We found deep artesian springs near your property line. If we drill here, she pointed, you could have enough water to keep Lawson Downs going, even through the worst droughts. Jack felt his heart pound. It was a gamble. Drilling was expensive, and if they came up dry, it could be the final nail in the coffin. But he thought of his father, the generations before him, and the promise he had made to his own son, 6-year-old Toby, that their family would always have a home here. All right, Jack said, shaking Mia's hand. Let's give it a go. 3 weeks later, as the drill whirred and the dust rose, there was a sudden burst of water, cool and clear, gushing from the earth. Jack let out a breath he hadn't realized he was holding. His father watched from the veranda, a rare smile on his lips. Told you, son, the land always finds a way. And as the first drops of summer rain began to fall, Jack knew the Jack knew the promise of Lawson Downs would live on. That's a pretty terrible story, actually. It was not worth your time. Yeah. But ChatGPT can write some pretty epic, like kids books, you know.
Bolare leve
Lewe, what's the name?
Timay Jos.
Oh. Bulare. So then Rua played tomorrow. You're going to the game.
Yeah.
Are you
Going
excited?
tomorrow morning. Let's go and yeah, this is my first
First Rua game.
draw game to go
Yeah,
watch.
I've never been. I came to Suva this morning on my way back from Australia, and I contemplated just not getting on the Mombasa part of the flight and just staying in Suva. Because the flights back are cheap. I don't know why they did that, but the flights back are like $104.
Really?
Yeah, on Sunday. I thought Sunday would be like more than $200-300 because I thought lots of people were trying to be coming back. But
On Sunday?
yeah, $104 on Sunday. Did you already book your return?
Already.
Huh? Already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's just more money to spend, so
I don't know.
I decided against it.
This was last minute.
Yeah,
Um,
it'd be sweet though.
yeah.
I flew
Because
with the Brumbies.
I cancelled my trip to New Zealand.
To 660?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you just booked it yesterday.
I already got the ticket. It just arrived yesterday. Yeah.
What?
I already bought the ticket a long time.
Oh,
It just arrived.
you canceled your trip to New Zealand?
Yeah.
Why?
And I was thinking about a job, and I was like, okay, should I?
Were you going for the week?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going for a week, and I was like, okay.
It's supposed to be on 1st March.
Yeah, first week in March.
Dude.
It's fine. I can go in again next year. Yeah. So,
Yeah, they're a pretty young band.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah, well, you didn't have to do that. But
Whoever's in the chat,
if you want a
want
ticket,
a ticket,
yeah.
if you're in Auckland, who's this guy?
Free.
Who's this guy? Kiorana Brothers from Aotearoa. Mpro087 on YouTube. Bro, where are you staying in New Zealand?
Hey, you want a free
You
ticket?
want a free ticket to 660?
Oh, that's funny. We're doing a giveaway of TUI stuff.
So I was like, all right, set. I'm gonna go, and just watch this draw game and.
Yeah. Fair enough.
and,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for the 660.
The thing about
concert
660
next
is
year.
like they're a young band, and next year they'll have more music than they have this year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, yeah. Shoot.
Oh yeah, Celestine is not playing in the first lineup.
Oh, why?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not even in the reserve. I guess they're just using. There's a new guy too that's playing for Nondroa.
Really?
Yeah, this will be his debut.
Okay.
Tuai, something Tuai. What's his name?
Jerry Tuai.
Yo. Yeah. Krubol is playing. So.
Yeah, I was chatting with him last night.
Were you?
Well, because I was in Nandi,
Uh.
and I was like, what do I do in Nandi? Like,
Oh, and Karawalebu too.
oh, yeah.
Debut.
Yeah, debut. I was like, what do I do in Nandi? I was like, oh, I'll message him. But he was already in Suva. So.
Joe is playing Brumbies. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, you met them.
Yeah, I took a picture of Stephen Lackham.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was wicked.
Um,
Well, when you sent me the picture of you guys lining up, and he said
you saw the
Getting-
backpack?
you getting
SL?
in the, no, I was in. I didn't.
Okay, because I sent you the picture from like behind the line.
Yeah.
And you're like, take a picture of Stephen Lackham. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I forgot he was the coach of the Brumbies.
Yeah.
And then he was the guy right in front of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, and I looked at his backpack. I was like, SL, because I looked at him. I'm like, or like not up, but I was like, oh, yeah, maybe this is him. And then I was like, SL. I'm like, oh yeah, well,
Stephen Lackham.
because all their bags have their initials on them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude,
it?
Dewey's just such a sharp eye. Like I thought you saw the picture I sent you, And then you were like, oh, Stephen Lockham standing right in front of him. Because your next text was like, you should get a picture of Stephen Lockham.
Yeah.
That wasn't that why. That was not why, sorry.
No. I just like.
Oh, here's the
Brumbies.
picture. You can see it?
Dude. Back there.
There?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know if we could take pictures with him.
Pretty
He's
cool. And then
around
one of the guys, because I came up to the thing, I'm like, oh, there's a rugby team that's going to Fiji. Duh, Brumbies. And then walked up, stood behind them for a while, and then actually Lockham turned around and he's like, he's like, are you going to Fiji? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, if you want, like the lineup is actually over here. Like if you want to go faster, he said, we're just going through this one. Like it was just going to take a long time, but everybody else could like go the other side instead of waiting behind the whole team, right? He's like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, oh, cool. I'm like, do you mind if I grab a picture with you? He's like, yeah, of course. Yeah. It was cool. Dude, one of the best number 10s to ever play the game. When him and George, like my dad said, when him and George Gregan were playing together, it was like the best Australian teams ever. And then I got through security, and then one of the Brumbies players, like the bags go through the scanner.
Yeah.
And then I came and I was like standing beside him, big prop or hooker or something. And he's like, are you the Walker family? And I'm like,
oh, he turned to you.
Am I or am I not? Right? Who knows, really? I was like, shoot. I'm like, whoa. That's crazy. I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, I just love your two boys. It's like, he's like, a couple of the guys here when we saw you, we're like, hey, is that the guy from the Walker family?
Yeah.
He's like, man, we love following your boys. I'm like, this is wild, man. Because I was like, oh my god, like, okay, if somebody chops that up, I'm gonna be so angry. Yeah, so that was so cool. And then, I was like, okay, so here's me, stupid me. My stuff comes out of the security first. I think his stuff went to the side, and like you gotta like go and get your bag unpacked, and it gets rechecked. And then me not want to be like hanging out because I wanted to just stay and like, chat with them.
Yeah, chat with them.
And I was like, I'm not gonna play hard together. I pack my stuff, like start walking, and then I look back, and he's just like left standing there. I'm like, I've walked too far. I can't walk back now.
Okay.
And I never saw him again. But he was so cool. He would have like chatted with me and stuff, like all the way. Like it was like a 20-minute walk down to the end of the terminal. Huh? No, I didn't even see him on the team lineup.
Oh.
But he's my favorite player on the Brumbies now.
Oh.
I mean, he has to be, right? Yeah. Because I was like, he was on the Rebels last year, he said. And then he got signed to the Brumbies. But the Rebels obviously folded.
I'm going to look for the Brumbies lineup.
Melbourne Rebels 2024.
Oh, because the Rebels closed, eh? Is he an Islander or?
He's an Islander. He looks like a prop, and he's an Islander. Melbourne Rebels squad 2024. This is old. Shoot, dude. Yeah, I've seen. Anyway, sorry guys, making for a terrible TV. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Riding with the Rebels, with the Brumbies. Yeah. A shout out to whoever at Fiji Airways that gave me the business class upgrade. That was very, very nice. Obviously, very spoiled. Very spoiled. Yeah, there was a guy that I made a post about him, Ovini, on the in the in Fiji Airways, like one of the
Oh,
crew.
yeah.
Dude, he gave me that purini, or I chose a purini when he brought it. He explained that story. Eh? I'm like, he's like, do you know the story behind the purini? I'm like, no story. I'm like, no, I have no idea. And he's like, okay, so the banana leaf represents this. Oh, I didn't even talk about the tanoa. The bowl is like the shape of a tanoa. Basketball. Because the tanoa is like what hold us all together, which is kind of cool, eh? Like like when you give the yangona when you go to like a new Vanua or something.
Yeah.
Like that's like the thing that like connects us, right? Or so they say. Eh?
So they serve it in that.
Yeah. Shoot, I forgot to put that on there. But anyways, Ovini went through all of these details with me.
While you're there.
Yeah, I didn't make that up.
Oh.
He was the one who told me about everything. He's like, so the banana leaf represents this. This represents the Korean.
In the plane.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And so I was like, while he was explaining it to me, he's like, actually the purini is like, I don't know if they're all told to say this. Maybe it's complete BS, but I bought it, and he seemed genuine. But he's like, and like for me, he's like, purini is like what my mom used to make when I was a little kid, and then she would go to the market and sell it, and that would pay for like our bus fare and like our school supplies. And he's like, so, that's like, even though it's not, he's like, so for me, like, it's not just a dessert, it's a story.
It's just that.
I'm like, dude, come on, dude. Come on. And he said that. That's why I put it in quotation marks. He's like, it's not just a dessert, it's a story. I'm like, when he said that, because I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, cool. Like, I don't need to, like, milk Fiji Airways, tit. Like, but when he said that, I was like, oh, I have to write this story. I have to write this because it's too good. And he was so genuine about it. Like, it just like, I was like, what? It's not a dessert. It's a story. I'm like, oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, what?
Dude, yeah, I was like, iyo, Sandy na. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so I was like, okay, so I didn't even though I was in business class, I didn't even sleep. I was just like writing that, like the description out.
Yeah.
And like editing it, and, like trying to perfect it, and then missed the whole part about that tanoa, I guess. Idiot. But shout out to Ovini.
Ovini, yeah.
I don't know, like if you have a history in like storytelling, but you're very good at it.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a job in media, just let me know.
Bola tahu DJ Gabby.
Oh,
in the
DJ
house.
Gabby.
Yeah. It's like tahu lo sulasu.
DJ Gabby's from UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him in Suva once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys with
Yeah.
with Steph. Yeah.
Look at these guys, eh? That's a pretty thick back row we got going on there, or thick back line.
Yeah. Kuroi's gonna be
Kuroi playing
tomorrow.
outside center over there, man.
It's been, he said it's like, what, it's been 12 years since he last played?
Really? Maybe I should go watch him.
You should. And video, record him.
What time do they play? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'll have to ask.
Yeah, last night I asked him. So, I was like, you're not going, right? Yeah, I'm not going. I said, okay.
Oh, you can just sense it?
Yeah, because I saw him like a couple of days training with them. So, okay, I guess this guy's gonna stay. But I bought his ticket.
Already? You paid for it?
I paid for it.
So he's gonna pay you back?
No, I'm just gonna give it to somebody in Suva.
Oh.
I was like, because it was Saturday when I left you guys, when I came to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just came there and I just went straight there. I just gave it to him. It's like, yeah, now it's up to you. Whether you go or no, that's on you. So I'm just buying you the ticket now.
How much is it?
It was $40.
Still, it's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, probably give it to my tawala.
Yeah?
Gonna take him with me.
Because you were supposed to leave tonight, eh? Kuroi?
Huh?
He was gonna go tonight.
Yeah, he was gonna go tonight. And then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay for the games. Yeah. So I was like, okay, sure, all good. Because the tickets are just QR, right?
Oh,
QR code. You just
on your phone?
just go and just scan, go in. It's not even ID checks or anything.
No? Yeah, I guess, yeah. 'Cause
Just go and use
yeah,
the
and you can't
QR
scan
code.
the same QR twice, I
Yep,
guess. Yeah,
yep.
right. No, that's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. Very smart.
Kirana brothers, not here. The boys, Ilike and Seva, they are in Canada. Yeah, they're probably gonna come back next month, eh?
What's that?
Next month, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna come back probably right at the end of March. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be gone for like 4 or 5 weeks. So, yeah, we kind of have to figure out what we're doing there. But anyways, guys, there wasn't a lot of headlines. I just wanted to give you guys update on what we've been doing and where I have been. Lots of, yeah, just some really cool things that are in the works here. Good luck to the Drua. Hope you guys win, even though I met the Brumbies and flew with them. I'm excited to see how it goes. I am going to not be watching it on a big TV, I guess, because my wife said I couldn't. So that's also cool. Projector it is. The old projector. We tried.
So that's like 3:30.
3:30
Yeah.
is the when the game is?
Yep.
Okay. 3:30. Toson Drua Toso. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Do you think?
Not really. Yeah.
Please. You know, okay. There's actually okay. You have a headline here about people trying to rob elderly people. There's also 3 boys up in Ndongo district that murdered that Indian guy. You know, recently. Yeah, I don't know. See, I think that's all. It all comes down to parenting. I think, like in a business, it all comes down to leadership. I think that a lot of this stuff could be traced back to bad parents and parents who weren't in and around their kids. And so, my message for you is just be involved in your kids' lives. And when you're with them, just be with your kids. And just give them your attention. Put your phone away. Because you only get this opportunity once. So just be present with your kids. Teach them. And you don't have to be strict with them. You just have to be present. You just have to enjoy the freaking moment. Because it goes like this. And before you know it, you only have like 8 years to be your kids' heroes, especially as dads. Like after 8, 9, 10, your kids have other idols that they look up to. But like for 8 years, probably, you get to be a superhero. So be a good dad. All right, thank you guys for joining.
Yeah.
And day 30 of Month of Mayhem will be coming out in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last day.
Last day,
Last
baby.
day of Mayhem. And if you guys want to know the summary, then go and catch it on YouTube. All right.
Well,
Love you guys. Well,